First of all, thank you very much for voting. It is clear to me that a lot of people really like following along. It's really close, so don't worry. C is not going anywhere. I might, do certain things in certain different programming languages, but it's clear to me that C being very approachable to a lot of people kind of probably be the main focus for the majority of new videos I'm gonna make. With that said, today we're gonna yap about web development. I read a lot of blog posts on web, and all of them, I think, not really all of them, but a lot of them have the same issue, which is excessive use of footnotes. So this is me looking at Ginger Bill's latest blog about was it really a $1 billion mistake? I don't want to pick on Ginger Bill specifically. This just happened to be the very last blog post that I read that has this. And throughout the article, there are some footnotes, right? You click one, you read one, you can click back and continue and stuff like that. A lot of blog posts do that. So this is nothing really special. And I have issue with this. I really think that footnotes is something that belongs to a print media, and in web, you shouldn't use it for reasons that I'm gonna explain right now, and then I'm gonna provide a better alternative in my opinion. So, issue number one, since a web page, it's actually a single scrolling document, you don't actually have pages. So every time you actually click the footnote, you get sent all the way down with the section where footnotes for your entire blog post live. And the bigger your blog post, the more footnotes you use, the bigger this incoherent section will be. And for example, I pressed footnote, which number? It was number 3, right? And I have to find number 3 here. Yeah, there it is. If I press number 5, I would have to where's the 5th one? Okay, here it is, right? So it's just, you get lost a little bit in the sauce, especially if there is a lot of markup in footnotes. You see there's code markup, there are some links, and also these kind of anchors back. So it gets a little bit noisy, you know what I mean. So this is the first one. It's not really critical, it's just a little bit annoying. The second one is actually more critical in my opinion. So when I click on a footnote, you can see up there that it added something to the link. So it added hashtag FN3, so footnote. And when I click back, it will change it to FNref here. And not only changes the link, it also brings me back in the page to the point where this little footnote is at the very start of the page, which has a potential to completely destroy your scrolling position. So imagine I'm reading something right? I read, and maybe there's some block of code here that I want to look at as I'm reading the code. And then I keep reading, and then I press a footnote, and when I press back, I want to get back to my previous scrolling position. But when I click, I will inevitably end up here, and so I will have to scroll back. So it kind of messes up with scrolling history, which is not the case in print media, but it happens on web. So this bothers me. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just special, maybe I'm just being a boomer, whatever. The second one is actually quite a bit more annoying, right? So imagine you read the blog to the very end, and so maybe you read this footnote, and maybe you get back now, you're super excited, you want to share this article with someone else, and so you copy it, right? And you give it to the friend, and now when your friend opens it, they get back here to the footnote number 8, because footnotes they screw with the URL, and now your friend will have to go back, right? It's the same thing as when you want to copy a YouTube video, but because you came back to it a couple times, the URL is with a timestamp, so you have to go in manually, right? You have to go manually and clean this timestamp so you can send a clean link. This is just annoying, in my opinion. Also, there are some browsers, it's not really an error, I guess, with footnotes per se, but there are certain browsers, certain versions of browser that when you click on this anchor link and you scroll around, you click on an external URL, and then when you go back, it won't preserve your scrolling position, but it will actually bring you back to the footnote. So again, in my experience, it only happened to, I think, mobile Firefox and some Safari browsers, but yeah, it's kind of niche. I just wanted to point it out. And before I proceed with the better approach, I want to point out that the first issue that I said about, you being thrown in a bunch of text that you have to kind of parse through, there is a workaround for that. So for example, if you go on Wikipedia and you click on a footnote, you see Wikipedia will actually like highlight the footnote that you click to. So it is a bit clearer, but it's still, I think it is an inferior to what I am about to propose. So the alternative is actually details tag. So this is a web native solution. It doesn't involve any sort of like frameworks. All browsers supported. So if you go all the way down in MDN, yeah, literally everything, right? Everything supports it. And the gist of this tag is that you have details. Inside you have a summary that is always visible, right? Details. But when you click it, it brings up the rest of the content. So I think this is better to use instead of footnotes. And let me actually show you how to, make it look like you are still using footnotes, but it actually this. So here I have prepared like a little snippet for you. And what it has here is actually this details tag. It has like a summary of some sort. And then, here's the summary, yeah. It says 1. And then it has some sort of a text, right? And if I go to this page, this is how it looks like. So imagine you read like a sentence in a blog post, and then you get hit with a footnote. But instead of bringing you all the way down in the page, it will just show you the details right here, hidden behind the spoiler. So yeah, you click it, you read it like, yeah, I guess I see. And then you can close it back and keep reading the post. Or you can keep it open if you want to reference it. It's just as easy as this. And as you can see, I'm clicking it and it doesn't actually mess with my URL. So yeah, it doesn't actually mess with my URL like at all, which is, I think, the best thing that this feature has. And this is actually pretty good for mobile too. So you just open the spoiler like this, but maybe if you're on desktop, right, you have a lot of space on the side, like here and there. You can even, click on the footnote and maybe display details right here on the side where you have a bunch of space. And all you need to do to support this is to, let me go to the style editor. All you need to do to get this is you should add like a bit more styles here. So just, add like position, absolute. And then maybe top like something and right, something. And then you see, you can click and just like this, you will have your details somewhere on the right where you can read them and go straight back to the main post content, right? So, and you can distinguish between the mobile and desktop way of doing it with a simple media query in CSS. Yeah, so there might actually be another concern you have that, maybe footnote long and you scroll it on mobile, and then in order to close it, you like need to go back and click, on one, but maybe you don't care about, maybe you just want to keep reading the post. But even if you want to close it, you can literally just, add some kind of a link to it, and you can probably easily like automate it in your, I don't know what you're using for blogging framework, like Hugo or whatever, right? You can have an href that can have inline like JavaScript handler. So all you need to do is just something JavaScript on click equals, and you just write code here. So every element that has an ID, you can reference it directly by name. So summary1.click. Yeah, so because details can't have two summary tags inside, you can just click existing one. And you can kind of see that your spoiler can have a close tag that you can click and it will get close to as easy as that, right? And I think this is better than footnotes. So yeah, and how it works, let me kind of briefly show you. So I have details, summary, and some content of the summary, and then content. And all you need to do is, well, you need to display it in line, and vertical align is the CSS that puts a little one like on top of the content. So it looks like a, you know, like a little note. And color is just to make it look like a link, right? Also, cursor pointer means that when you move your mouse onto the letter, so here, it looks like, you know, like you point on it, like a link on the web, yeah. And list style none, so you hide the triangle that unrolls the spoiler. And then you can style an open state with square brackets open, like this, and yeah, you just give it some color. And as I said, you can do a media query, right? Like media blah blah blah. You specify the size, and then you say like position absolute top and right, and yeah, there you go. And this thing, it's not magical. It's actually like supported by screen readers, so it's fully native. Every like tooling that works with web would work with this thing as well. So yeah, thank you for attending my yapping session. Please consider using this instead of footnotes. I think it's gonna bring better user experience. And again, thanks a lot for voting. Next video is gonna be like super low level hardcore. I really appreciate all of you watching. So yeah, bye everyone. Thank you. Oh, and by the way, I totally agree with Ginger Bill that null pointers were not a billion-dollar mistake. I totally agree with every word in this article. I'm gonna link it in the video description. Please read it. Bye.